Now for updates on sports stories from across the globe is Aaron, the Baron, Akiri Jola. Good morning, Aaron. How are you today?
Yes, a very good morning to you, Vimba. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Let's get it started with the WAFCON going on in Morocco. The Super Falcons, first of all, we must say congratulations to them. They've punched their way through to the next round, the quarterfinals, and a lot of people are celebrating, but there are some that actually watched the game yesterday were quite puzzled that the lowest ranked team in this particular tournament, talking about Botswana, they're ranked 121st in the FIFA rankings, held the Super Falcons, I beg your pardon, to a goalless draw for 89 minutes. It took the goal of Ezo in the 89th minute to grab the only goal. Yes. Like I said, Ezo. So, getting the only goal, the players did celebrate, and Justin Madugu has a lot of tinkering to do because we blew away Tunisia in the first game 3-0. Aziz Adoshola, Rinsola, all fired blanks on the day. We're hoping for a better performance in the quarterfinals. Away from there, let's turn our attention to Wimbledon. First of all, it seems our permutations did not go as planned. First of all, it was a blowout between Iga Swiatek and Bencic on the day. 6-2, love was how we actually went out. Iga Swiatek showing tighter credentials. But Anisimova did not think it right, so to speak, because she decided to defeat Aryna Sabalenka. 6-4, 4-6, 6-4 to get into the finals. So let's see what happens. Maybe we'll be having a new Grand Slam winner, or it might be Iga Swiatek actually taking this particular one. For the men, later on today, it's going to be a set of blockbuster fixtures. Taylor Fritz against Carlos Alcaraz will come first. And there are injury concerns for the Joker himself, Novak Djokovic, as he takes on Jannik Sinner today. So both semifinals will be settled today ahead of Sunday's final, while the finals for the women will be tomorrow, Saturday. And pressing it further away from that, there are still talks about where Victor Osimhen will go. It's unfortunate that he's still hanging in the balance. There were talks that maybe Galatasaray had triggered his 75 million euro release clause, but at the moment, the president, Özbek, talking about the president of Galatasaray, has come out and said that they will not do anything that will hurt their financial health, so to speak. At the moment, financial discipline is all they're after as against trying to punch above their weight. That's almost sending a signal that they will not go tooth-to-nail or go all out to get Victor Osimhen at all costs. So where Victor Osimhen goes is now a big question, because the appetite for Victor Osimhen is still not there from the big European clubs and the big European leagues. Rather unfortunate. We thought that by now it would have been settled, but that's not how it is. Well, quickly on the local scene, we have Barao AFC and Wiki Tourist joining the Nigeria Premier Football League for the new season. All right, the Supremos in the MPFL have said that the new season will be starting in August. So Wiki Tourist returning back, and the Kano Bayside Barao FC returning to the top flight coming to the top flight for the very first time. And not leaving out quickly our FIFA rankings. Of course, the FIFA rankings as it stands right now, Argentina are still the best team in the world. Spain, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, and for Africa, Nigeria not so well, I must actually say, because we're actually fifth right now, 44th in the latest rankings. And finally, a particular court has said that Caster Semenya, the South African athlete, has won her ruling at the European Court of Human Rights for what she had actually faced in time past.
Oh, I don't know what happened yesterday to Aryna Sabalenka, but I think there's always a problem with Sabalenka. Once you find out how Sabalenka plays a game and she cannot do her smash and grab on you, she becomes clueless. And that happened in the game with Amisova yesterday. And that was why, after she struggled a bit in the second set, the third set she couldn't consolidate. So it's going to be Amisova facing Iga Swiatek in the final.
Yes.
And let's see how the games pan out today, because it's going to be a big one. But like I've always said, I foresee an Alcaraz in the semi-final. Swiatek made quick job of benching, 2 straight sets and kept it going. But Arena Sabalenka has to do something about, number one, mentality. I'm a very amateur tennis player. But one thing I know is mental strength is more important than skill in tennis.
Yeah,
Temperament, yeah.
She goofed again yesterday in the press conference.
We're still on the women's Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Anna Samova, what a story. You know, I always like to read their personal stories. And she's somebody who, besides being the last American woman standing in this tournament now, she started playing tennis at the age of 5. She was coached by her parents, primarily her father. But unfortunately, he died when she was just 18 years old. And, you know, since then, she's had so many ups and downs, dropping out of the game, falling out, dropping in ranking, and so forth. So for her to come this far is just such a great story of overcoming. You know, I'm always here for a fairy tale, a Cinderella fairy tale. So just an exciting personal story. But even for her to get this far, Aaron, is huge. You know, it will attract a lot of attention. Lastly, yesterday we said Super Falcons should not underestimate anybody.
Yeah,
and they were almost. They almost stunned.
Luka Modric is leaving Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He's going to AC Milan.
Yes.
Unfortunately, his last match when PSG beat Real Madrid 4-0 was not quite an exciting way to go out. But you know, everybody is praising him. That he was a legend of sorts in Real Madrid.
Yes.
597 games, and he distinguished himself in the course of his 12-year stay in that club. Carlo Ancelotti wasn't using him, so he didn't have playtime. Hopefully, when he gets to AC Milan, he will have a better outing there. Club World Cup final on Sunday. PSG versus Chelsea. Enzo Maresca versus Xabi Alonso. Is going to be quite an explosive
You mean Enzo Maresca against
versus Luis Enrique? Yes. It's going to be a very explosive final. But it looks like PSG is the most complete team in Europe at the moment.
In the world? I dare say.
Okay, so you agree that PSG will take the cup? Or you say
by a miracle, by a miracle. It will only take a miracle from God, or maybe the hand of God, or the God of soccer to wade in. Save that.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much.